this video, we are going to take a look at increment and decrement node. Specifically, we are going to take a look at it from the point of view of different conditions using if-else node and how it can give different responses based on whether a condition is satisfied or not. In order to create a workflow, you have to head over onto the left-hand side and click on this plus button. By default, you will get a simple request and a response node. You can click here. Either you can start by uploading a specification or start by blank template. You also have an option of importing your API designs from Design Studio. In this case, I am starting out with a blank template. Click on next. This specific example is a REST API. For a deeper dive into the details of this request node, check out the link in the description for a detailed video. So let's take a look at the request node configured for this workflow. In this workflow, I want to take request rating from the user, and based on the rating, if that rating is good, I will add certain amount to the salary. If the rating is average, I will add another amount. And if it is less than a certain amount of rating, I want to decrease the amount in the salary. So in this case, in the request, I have configured the method name and description along with the URL. If I go to the extract section, which is where we can define the structure of the request, here I am taking rating and salary information from the user. And if you see, here is how it will be saved in the system. This is the name of the variable under which this parameter or a header will be saved. For detailed dive into the rest of the options, you can check out the video below. Now that we have configured our request section, what we will take from the user, let's take a look at the first branch logic. Here, in order to create the variable, you have to head over to the runtime and drag this rating here. I've already dragged it, so I'll delete it. So here I have configured that the rating should be greater than or equal to 3. If this condition is true, the first branch will be executed. For the next condition, I have added the rating value in the area and mentioned that the value should be equal to 2 for an average rating. And for the else condition, I have given a poor rating, which is less than 2. So let's take a look at increment and decrement node and how it works based when it gets executed. So first, for the good rating branch, the first branch, I have put a name and a description so that user knows how it works. You can add a new operation by clicking here, and let's see how it works. I can click on this button and click on edit. Now I'm editing the salary component operation. So I have put a name and a description you can put. You have to select a variable here. Since I have just 2 variables declared so far in the workflow, I am getting a rating and a salary. So I'll click on salary. The operation is whether you want to increase or decrease. So in this case, I will select the increment option and the step size, the amount that I have to increase it by. So I'm increasing the value by 8,000 and I'll click on save. So as a overview, I'll get that variable salary is getting a step size of 80,000 increase. And I can also see that it is getting incremented by 8,000. I've put another basic details here. Now let's take a look at the second branch. Second branch is about average rating. Similarly, I can click on this plus or edit this existing one. I have already prepared for this workflow. Here also again, I'm selecting salary variable and incrementing it by 5,000. And for the last one, since it's a poor performance rating, I am putting a decrement of 2,000, which will decrease the amount of salary. Now for the first branch execution response, I have mentioned that your final salary is in double bracket salary. If you look closely, this salary value is getting input from the user, and if this branch gets executed, it will increment and the new value will be printed to the user as a 200 OK response. Similarly, the rest of the nodes also will print the amount of salary, except for the updated value when the respective node gets executed. So let's deploy this. To deploy, you have to head over to the deploy section, select your host and environment and click on deploy. As you can see, you have to approve the workflow first to deploy. So you have to go into the 3-dot menu, go to the revisions, select this one, select approve, put a message and change status. This lets you govern which workflow gets deployed to the servers, and only approved revisions will get deployed. Now I can go head over to the deploy section, go to the virtual host and select the environment and click on deploy. Now that we have deployed it, let's go to the run tab and click on configure. Once you click on configure, you'll get a familiar interface for sending a request. You can also view a curl from here. So in the headers, I'll pass a value for the employee as rating as 4 and select an arbitrary salary of 10,000. So let's see how it works. As we can see, since it was the first branch and more than 3, the value has increased by 8,000. Now let's do if it is equal to 2. As we can see, the second branch has executed now and the final salary has increased by 5,000 to 15. And lastly, what if I do 1? In this case, the third branch got activated, and if you click on this, you'll know that there was a decrement of 2,000, and from 10,000 it has decreased to 8,000. You can also use a set variable node before this branch to save the value of same variable before and after the increment. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.